Okay, somebody commented and said, let me preface my comment by saying that I watched this whole video and have great respect for your work. I'm legit curious here and not being facetious at all. How do you know they are voices? What is it about the sounds that cause you to conclude that the sounds are voices? What makes a voice artificial? I have to stop. Because they're pulsed voices. A syllable is a beat. They're pulsed voices. Clearly you haven't watched any of my work. You couldn't have. How do I know their voices? I don't even know what to say to this question. For real, I don't know what. How do you know their voices? This was one of my videos that I've released multiple times, but it was first recorded in like 2015 or 2016. Laughing away. That's a laugh. It was recorded in my house, but it's a laugh. I mean, there's no denying it that it's a laugh. I don't get it. It's supposed to sound all spooky, but when you pitch it and listen to it, it's just a voice that has been pitched down, but it's artificial. It's pulsed. It was riding on ambient sound. These do that on ambient sound. There are tons of videos that explain this. I recorded this in last May, where I was testing the system out, and I ran down the hallway, and then the voice would come in and comment on my feet. My left foot. I do another trip down the hallway, okay? And then the voice comes in and says left foot, flat-footed. Check it out.
Left foot, flat-footed.
Left foot, flat-footed.
Left foot.
Left foot.
Left foot. Left foot.
Flat-footed.
Flat-footed.
Okay, that's a voice. I don't get your question, and I think you're missing huge pieces of the puzzle here, because you sort of say that you watched videos, but there's no possible way that you could have watched any videos except for one video. Some of them are more buried in noise, but they're all the same voices. They're pulsed. It's like playing drums or rapping. They follow pulses. Now, here's one that I've shown a few times, and it's a voice that comes in and it says, "You killed my wife." Check it out. It clearly says, "You killed my wife." That's a voice. It doesn't matter whether it's artificial or not. Then you say, ought it to have a different name if it is artificial? No. Why would it have a different name? An old Commodore speech synthesizer is still a voice. It's a voice. Sine wave speech is sine wave speech. It's a scientific form of speech. It's still a voice. Okay, listen to this. Do you know what it says? Let's back it up. Let's play it again. It says, "The man read the newspaper at lunchtime." I can clearly hear that. It doesn't matter whether it is artificial or not. It's sine wave speech. That is a scientific form of speech with sine waves, and it's saying, "The man read the newspaper at lunchtime." So it is speech. It's all speech. When people are hearing these voices, out there, and they are recorded in their vicinity, it is speech. Are AI voices called something else because they're artificial? No, they're called AI voices. I'm sorry, but all of this seems crazy to me. It seems like an insane game of semantics. If people are hearing voices that aren't there and they're recorded, they are voices. I've referred to them as pulse communication many times in the past. But essentially, these are voices. That is what they're doing. They are voices. All of it. Some has more noise over it than others. That is the only difference, is when the ambient noise is sometimes louder than the actual voices, and you have to work with that. Yeah. Now, I've worked with speech synthesizers in the past. Those are voices, and I've worked with sine wave speech in the past. Those are voices. You also say in the comment that you have taught people how to do things and not just clued people into things. I don't know if that was directed towards me, but maybe you should watch the first 5 to 6 years of my videos, which covers lots. However, I don't cover the same things in post-2020 YouTube because I would get my shit shut down in a millisecond. We know what happened in 2020. But the first 5 to 6 years were all dealing with this and how to lessen effects of certain things. But you say you apologize if this is something I've covered. They're voices. There's frickin' a decade's worth of videos on my channel. I've made playlists on my channel for certain things, but I'm not making a playlist for every single thing to the point where it promotes laziness, to where people can't even look through a channel anymore to find videos on what they're looking for. I can't do that. A voice comes in here and says September 11th.
September 11th.
It says September 11th. Plain as day. It's a pulse communication. It's still a voice. So it comes in and says September 11th.
September 11th.
If you can't hear that, it's because your ears are potatoes and you're listening at a potato. Honestly, I don't know what to say at this point. It really does. It seems like a crazy game of splitting hairs and semantics to me. They are voices. People are hearing them out there, and it is torture, and it's kind of insulting to the people that have heard shit, and you're like, how do you know their voices? There are people out there being destroyed right now, being destroyed by this. Totally fucking destroyed. And I'm not going to get into playing games and semantics with people and splitting hairs while people are literally being fucking destroyed. And it seems to me like you are playing a game of semantics. Full-on game of semantics. So no, I'm not going to be working on a playlist to explain everything. It's all explained on this channel. These are pulsed voices that ride on ambient noise and auto gain. And when you're sensitized to them, like a lot of these people out there are, they hear them all the time, where someone else can't hear it at all. Also, I watched your microwave Faraday cage video after you left this comment. You can make a Faraday cage out of some aluminum foil. People can wrap their phones in that, and nothing can get to it except ELF. That's all.